I will open this Centerville Town Council meeting for May the 14th, 2024. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Here.
Jack Bodker.
Here.
Gary Holbert.
Here.
Dan Wondersen.
Here. Next item we have is, has everyone gone over the minutes for April the 9th, 2024? Are there any additions or corrections to that? If not, I would entertain a motion to accept those minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion by Josh. Do I have a second?
Okay.
I have a second by Gary. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Bodker.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. Has everyone gone over the minutes for April the 30th, 2024 work session? Or are there any additions or corrections to those? If not, I would entertain a motion to accept those.
Motion so made.
Got a motion by Jack. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Josh. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Bodker.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. Has everyone gone over the claims? Are there any questions, corrections? If not, then I would entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
I have Gary. Motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Jack. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Bodker.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. I need a motion to approve the billing adjustment of $263.88.
That was approved, I'll make that motion.
Okay, got a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Josh. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Bodker.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. Motion to approve the allowance report.
So moved.
I have a motion by Josh. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Gary. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Bodker.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, Main Street. Nope. Railroad. Okay, next item we have is the resignation of town clerk Richard Tincher. That was given to us last week, or last meeting, and so I need a motion to accept his resignation.
I'll make
Mr.
that
President.
motion.
Go ahead.
I'll make that motion with that.
Okay, got a
gracious
motion by
thank you for all
Josh.
he's done for us.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Gary. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Bodker.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. Then we have the ordinance, ordinance number 2024-10, which is an ordinance for our salary ordinance to be amended. I'm introducing that ordinance and then moving this to first reading by title only. So I would entertain a motion to read by title only ordinance 2024-10.
Motion so made.
Got a motion by Jack. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Josh. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Bodker.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Will you read by title only, please?
An ordinance of the town of Centerville, Indiana, amending ordinance 2023-10, providing for the reasonable compensation of the town manager and eliminating the fixed compensation and position of deputy clerk.
I would entertain a motion to suspend the rules and regulation and move to final reading and adoption by title only.
Motion made.
I have a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Jack. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Botter.
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. Will you read by title only, please?
Ordinance number 2024-10, an ordinance of the town of Centerville, Indiana, amending ordinance 2023-10, providing for the reasonable compensation of the town manager and eliminating the fixed compensation and position of deputy clerk.
Next item we have is, the veterans group has looked at, maybe we're asking permission to put bricks down in the park with the, like they kinda have at the Richmond. What we would like to propose, is to put them along the walking pathway, just in a single file, down through there that, and so they're making the request to see if, that town would let that be done, so that we have a lot of them that want banners, but we've only got so many poles, and it seems like a lot of people come up after the banners are already made, and people, companies have paid for them and so forth. So what we were looking at here, anybody that comes at any time, we can have these bricks made and then put them, so as people even walk down through the walkway and stuff down through there, they can see these. And they're a lot cheaper price, not sure what the cost will quite be, somewhere around $50 a brick, but haven't been able to get that nailed down just yet. So, Kevin, you got?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
So, that's what we're asking, that, that way the families, if they wanna buy a brick and put it down there, we'll put it down there, nobody gets left out.
I'll make a motion that the town allows the bricks and bricks for the veterans down along the parkway, please.
So we got a motion by Jack to allow the bricks down, that for the veterans. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Josh. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Botter.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. Police Department?
There's a couple of things tonight. First thing I passed out to you is a letter of resignation from Officer Mason Hale. He, as I told you before, he's going to the Richmond Police Department, and I'd like to ask that we accept his resignation.
Okay, we've got a request to accept Mason Hale's resignation from the police department. So I would entertain a motion on that.
So moved.
Got one by Gary. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Got a second by Josh. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Botter.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried.
And I've already got a replacement, ready to start for Mason. Be starting him probably on June 10th. He's currently, we swore him in as reserve, he's been through 40-hour free basics, but that would be Robert Dykes. And Gary, what do you have this one down there? As you know, we've discussed this numerous times about how we've been losing officers and trying to maintain what we got. I've been looking at, raising our salaries to try to get that accomplished. I believe I've spoke with all of you a little bit about that off to the side. This is a proposal that I've come up with, and I feel it was something that we can get accomplished. The guys are well and deserving of this. And the one thing I did do, as you'll notice down at the bottom, I wanna change our base rate. Usually when, someone goes to the academy and they get off probationary period and graduate the academy, we've been giving them $500 increase on their base rate. and I wanna change that to 1,500, along with, the increases in the salaries. And I would like to try to get this accomplished, if it's at all possible, by June 1st. I think this is going to be a good way to maintain our current manpower. It brings us up, pretty close to the other agencies within the area, such as Cambridge City. I've checked with them, and after the academy, their officers are making a base salary of $48,340. And Hagerstown, after the academy, is making $47,500. And as you know, we've just, got back to our full capacity, and 3 people's disappeared. And had to hire another 3, and those 3 are all gonna have to go through the academy. And, you know, I'd like to maintain what we have, if we could all possibly do that.
Do you have another copy?
So you're basically looking at about 50,000.
Yeah, I broke that down here on where it says difference in salaries.
Yeah.
That's the complete difference.
Okay.
And as you know, we have the, little bit of income that comes in from our SROs, our contract with the school. I think that would help offset this a little bit.
We're getting ready to do 25's budget. What I would suggest here is that we approve this, and then I'll get with Baker Tilly to, make sure that we can cover these last 6 months, and then this can be incorporated in 25's budget also. And with me checking with them and making sure that we can cover this year's remainder, then,
The only thing that I see changing after the first of the year would be the longevities, of course.
right, which that's gonna change every year, so.
Yeah. But I would think that this would hold us for some time, hopefully here in the future, and it would help maintain what we got.
So I would entertain a motion on Chief's request.
Mr. President,
Yes.
yeah, given the stress that these fellows and ladies are going through, there's nothing worse than retrain. I'd make that motion that we go ahead with this, and you check with Baker Tilly,
Okay.
as far as just covering all the details of the money.
Okay. I got a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Josh. Can you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor.
Aye.
Jack Botter.
Aye.
Gary Holbert.
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried. And we'll get a hold of them and
Okay.
let you.
We'll say we
Make
really
sure.
appreciate it. From me being
Well,
the
we
chief
do
part of
too.
looking after it, I
Yeah.
really do appreciate it.
We
I
got-
think it's gonna help us maintain a good staff that we currently have. And, next thing I wanted to mention to you is that, Daniel Houston here, he will be going and becoming an instructor. I'm sending him up to Huntington, Indiana, to Huntington County Sheriff's Department this next week, so he can get his instructor certification. And then, Josh Millsaps will be going to firearms instructor here, is it, June 10th?
First week of June.
Yeah, first week of June, so we can get that going. So we're progressing a little bit here at a time, and I think we're doing well.
I have a question on that one. Is that son like father or father like son?
We're about twins, you know that. I think father shoots better. Thank you.
He can't say anymore.
Town manager?
He didn't hear me say that.
You just had to put that in.
I did.
Here a couple months ago, I presented you a draft of an ADA and Title IV revision plan. All the corrections requested by legal have been made, all of my requests have been made, and I'm gonna ask if you approve going ahead with the revised ADA.
If you'd like to read it, here it is.
Yeah, 200 pages.
Oh, no, is that the ADA?
Oh, that's the hazardous
Yeah.
mitigation plan, I'm sorry.
No,
No, it's 400
if
pages.
you'd like to
probably.
read it, here it
One
is.
just as much.
That one's worse. So I'd entertain a motion on that request.
Motion so made.
Got a motion by Jack, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Got a second by Josh. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Botter,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried.
Okay, now each of you at the last meeting received a copy of the Wayne County Multi-Hazardous Plan.
That's the other book.
That's the
That's
other
it.
book. We really need to look at going ahead with a resolution and adopting their plan to be a part of it. So if you could put it on the agenda for the next meeting to have the resolution adopted, if you don't have any questions.
Will you put that on the agenda?
Yep.
I think that's all I got under general.
Building commissioner?
Okay. We had, get my fingers to work here. We had 16 permits issued for a total of $715. Code enforcement side of it, we had 6 violations. All of them were cleared without any type of enforcement. People complied and got them done that we needed to be done. Might mention too that our grass ordinance that we passed, haven't had to use it much this year. People are complying, keeping their yards mowed, and everything's working out real good. Also on our unsafe building side, we've got a few things going on there that we've cleared some, getting ready to do some. 508 West Main has been rehabbed, and it's come off of the unsafe building, and then I see it up down, they have it up for rent, so that's out there beside the bottle shop. So that one come off our list. 115 East Main Street. Got a structural engineer report, that's the one right up there beside the bank that burnt. Structural engineer said it can be saved, and we're waiting on state design release on, in my understanding, they're gonna do some kind of retail business in there.
Good.
So, 206 North Spruce, that building has been removed and a lot seeded and grassed over. And we got one more that we're working on, and I'll be bringing that to you at a later point.
Thank you. Streets? Nothing? Water and fire?
I have nothing.
He does.
We have finished all of our public meetings on water line replacement. I believe you each have a map with what we have turned in and what we didn't get turned in for right of entries. We'll be working on getting some more right of entries done there. Notice to proceed with the project will be issued probably Thursday or Friday to the contractors, so there'll be a pre-construction meeting and we'll get set up and work some details out. I'm still waiting on a quote for the pump at Well House 3. So as soon as I get that, I'll bring it to you as well. That's all I got under water and fire, unless you got anything for me.
You have the date for rest area meeting?
That's Thursday, I think. 6:30 at the Centerville High School.
Yeah.
Okay,
You got
sounds
anything-
good.
Anything else under water? Wastewater?
Well, we're still waiting to hear from NDOT on the lift station. There have been some questions thrown out that we'll try to get answered and see if we can move forward with that. That's basically all I got under that, unless you have anything for me.
Nope. And how about electric?
How about electric? How much money you got to give me?
None.
Well, I will give you a little good news. I did receive an email from the Indiana Office of Energy and Development. We made it through the first step of our grid resilience grant. We got some more paperwork to get done and get to them by the end of the month to see if we can move on to the next step, possibly get the 4 kV funded. Had a total of 2 power outages. One was a battery closure and one was a traffic accident. I think that's all I got under electric, unless you have anything else for me.
I just might add under electric that, we got a notification, today or yesterday, and I gave you guys a copy, but I wanted to point out to you that there's cyber, attacks are going, and they actually hit, one town or community in Indiana. So it's out there, they're hitting your water system, your electric, and even sewer. So you see something, say something, you know, as far as any activities going on out there. Did you folks have something? No, okay. Just wanted to make sure that didn't miss something. Clerk, you got, your thing from the carpet.
Yeah, I'm
Please.
gonna have to get with them. I'll probably go into Richmond Carpet tomorrow, and because I got a little bit more, but not enough.
'Cause we do need to get this moved on, so this is holding up, finishing up, right now. What they put in there, their bid included 7 areas, but they came back, so do we need to do more, get more information, or?
Pardon me, Mr. President, I thought we made a motion to go forward, providing that,
Well, they asked for an itemized, more of an itemized, is what we asked for.
Mm-hmm.
can we make a motion to let the town manager or yourself, approve that and go forward with that as if it's okay with you guys?
Cause that is a holdup right now.
I mean, and we have to start, make the move, so let's make that motion that Dan approves that, if everything looks to be legit, I guess I would say.
How soon can we get the painters wrapped up now there?
When you get-
They should be getting there real close by the end of this week, getting done. And then, Sarah and I will be going down there Friday to look, kind of lay out where their desks are gonna be, so we can get Joe in there for the computer lines and the electrician for, we're gonna put the outlets for their desk in the floor under their desk, that way we don't have any trip hazards.
I'll make a motion that we allow Dan to go forward with the carpeting, providing it looks proper.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, I got a motion by Jack, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I got a second by Gary, we call the roll, please.
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Botter,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
And I wanted to say, I wanna get moved into that building just pronto.
Me too.
So if we can wrap all this up fairly quick, and I'm not talking by next, maybe not next meeting, but at least by the next council meeting, that'd be great.
that would be.
We're trying. And I don't, they'll probably have to order the carpet, so I don't know how long that's gonna take.
I'll find out tomorrow.
Also, could we get a timeline on when we would be, will we have to make some public notification when we decide to move this meeting down to that building as
Mhm.
well, correct?
Yep,
Okay.
sure will. So, you want to finish your roll call?
Yep, Dan Wondersen.
Aye, motion carried.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay, let me make these announcements. Don't forget our Veterans Parade this Saturday, May the 18th, and that will be at 6 to 8 p.m. It's gonna be 80 degrees and 0% chance of rain, so make sure you're there. We need more veterans signed up and
He's a
coming.
meteorologist now.
I'm gonna take his word for it.
He's jinxing it.
You trying to jinx me now?
I'm helping you out.
And then our work session will be May the 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. here in the council room. And with,
Are you getting ready to close?
yeah,
May I,
yeah,
Mr.
we'll
President?
go right ahead.
Just a quick recognition, interim clerk, the county party will, appoint a new clerk. Thanks for driving the train, or maybe I should say thanks for driving the crazy train. I appreciate seeing more people here at the council meeting, not only employees, but families and members of the community. It's good to see people interested in what's going on.
I have a question. Where do you post the minutes for, the past, meetings and all?
They're online.
That, is it on the Centerville Town Council? Okay. I just
And-
noticed that the last one was June of 2023.
And I might add, that's the way that I keep track short of all this until I come in and get a packet.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping with our new clerk that will be appointed by the party, we will get a little bit better
okay.
feedback for community members that are interested in what's going on. I might add to that, if I can, Mr. President, that you can get a hold of any of these council members or the clerk if you have any questions about anything, and we will step forward. We might not discuss those in a meeting because this meeting is for council business only and it's not a public session, but
Yeah,
those folks that serve the town of Centerville will be more than glad to help you out.
sure.
And you can come in and get a copy
Yeah.
too, if you know which one you want. you know.
Yeah, I just like to keep up on those. We did when we lived over in
Sure.
Indianapolis, and I just know some area, some town people would like to, and there's probably some elderly folks that can't make it in for things
Right.
like that,
And again, if there's certain subjects or certain things you wanna talk about, if one of us can't answer it, somebody will turn you to the right person that can.
Appreciate that.
Anything else? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn this town council meeting.
So moved.
I have a motion by Gary. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Josh. Will you call the roll, please?
Josh Tudor,
Aye.
Jack Botter,
Aye.
Gary Holbert,
Aye.
Dan Wondersen.
Aye. Motion carried.